Coming to you live from downtown Detroit, this is Benzinga's PreMarket Prep. With your host, Joel Elconin.
This is a volatile puppy here, isn't it?
And Dennis Dick.
I'm bidding a penny. I will buy the stock for a penny.
With everything you need to start your trading day.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, Dennis Dick with you this morning. A lot to discuss. We have earnings, we have a jobs number, but we also have SNL and Dogecoin. So a lot to get to on today's show. Go ahead, everyone, and please smash that like button. Thank you very much. On today's show, we have a pair of guests. Markus Heitkoetter will join us from Rockwell Trading at 8:30, give or take a few minutes. And yes, he will probably talk about Ride, if you're wondering. So that'll be at 8:30. Jason Raznick will stop by, though I'll be honest, I don't know when. He might come on now. He might come on in like 10 minutes. He might not. I don't really know. But he said he'll come on. He's in the office. And if he joins us, he joins us. If he doesn't, he doesn't, and that'll be that. So that's the slate of guests for today. Today's show is also sponsored by Rockwell Trading, so check it out, rockwelltrading.com/Benzinga. Joel, we've got your charts up on the screen. Let's take a look at how we're doing in the overnight market.
We're doing pretty darn well after that excellent last half hour yesterday. We're up 8 1/4 at 42.050, trading at the highs from Monday. All-time closing high, 0350. All-time high, 42.11. After that, who knows where we can go. 91.75. That's just under your close of 94.50. You have crude. That's in the red by 16 cents. No big deal here. That's down at 64.56. Gold, we're now over 1,800. Now I can start talking about 1,800 as support, hopefully, and 1,850 as resistance. Up $3, 18.70. Silver, taking a little breather. That's down 13.7 cents at 27.34. And Bitcoin's up $510 at 56,690. Consolidation station here in the Bitcoin futures. Triple D, how you doing? Are you under ambush this morning, or do you have everything under control?
Pretty light. It was a slow night. You look at that S&P movement there, and we kind of just sat there last night. The futures obviously I trade from 4 to 8, and I pack it in after 8 o'clock, but it was slow. Very slow night. So calm before the storm. We got jobs. Maybe it's a calm before the storm.
The jobs, looking for the hot number.
Jobs.
1 million jobs. Yeah, million jobs added or plus. I think the catalyst yesterday
What's the
was
consensus.
Well, to me, and who am I? I think it was Biden. Talking about the lower corporate tax rate.
No, I asked what's the consensus
what do you
on the
think?
jobs number.
The consensus is somewhere in the ballpark of 1 million.
1 million jobs.
I've seen
1 million jobs. Sorry.
Let's see. Hot economy. Let's see.
Am I doing it with the wrong?
I don't know.
Wrong finger.
What movie is that from?
Come on, Joel.
No, it's after Joel's time. He gets a pass. It's Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Austin Powers. He had a Goldfinger movie, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Gold.
All right.
What do we want to do? We're going to let Spencer. You've been kind of quiet this week. You feeling okay? I mean, you got the double Benzinga on there.
I do. Yep.
I know. He's all prepped up. Look at this preppy. I need one of those preppy. Jason, I want the preppy Benzinga.
Jason's not talking to us. He's going to ambush us.
He's coming. He's going to sneak in.
Dennis, I would gladly send you one of these sweet hoodies if I could. But
I know. Clothing's not allowed in Canada, though.
I don't think we'll get to you.
No, clothing's not allowed in Canada.
I just want to
show that image I sent to you. So we'll start with the story, then we'll get into the stocks. But
oh no!
Anyway, so this is my rant. So as you know, Ontario is still in lockdown. You're in a different world in the U.S. Ontario, we can't even buy any of these items right now in Canada. We can only buy essential stuff. So people are saying, what's open in Canada right now is literally like Walmart, Shoppers Drug Mart, which is like a Rite Aid, CVS, Dollarama, all your other stores are closed. They can do curbside on some of them, but for the most part, all that stuff was closed. So anyways, I was out and about a little bit. I had an appointment with the doctor yesterday, and I was just in the area, and I was like, oh, there's a Dollarama. It's my 4-year-old's birthday on Sunday. I was like, I'm going to go pop in there and get some party decorations, some balloons and stuff. So I'm going and I'm loading up the cart. It's all like the Dollarama's open. I didn't notice this sign, so I took a picture of it afterwards, but I'm putting the balloons in there. I got some toys. I got some different stuff. And I get up to check out, and they're like, no, you can't buy any of that stuff. I'm like, why? They're like, look at the sign. I was like, oh, I didn't see the sign. Here's the sign. So in Ontario right now, you cannot buy, even though you can go in the store and this stuff is right on the shelves, you cannot buy. She scans it, and it just says restricted. Can't buy this item. So all the toys, all the decorations, all that's restricted. So you can see clearly we have clothes. Clothing is non-essential in Ontario.
I just got to interrupt.
Cannot buy clothes.
I got to interrupt for 1 second. If Pierre Trudeau saw what you wear on the show, he would put a special clause exemption in there for you to buy clothes. Go ahead with your rant.
A special exemption. So anyway, can't buy toys for my 4-year-old's birthday. Can't buy anything really. You can see all you can buy is food. So the only thing that they left in my shopping cart, I had some candy. Oh yeah, you can buy candy. So you're allowed to let your kids rot their teeth, but you can't clothe them. You can't obviously have candles. So if you lose power, you're just screwed. We know we can't do can openers. I've talked about that before. So welcome to Ontario, where we're in a completely different world and we can't do anything. So you think here we are in the U.S., or here you guys are in the U.S., opening up casinos and going to bars and having all sorts of fun. And we can't even buy a can opener, or we can't buy clothing. So interesting. Welcome to Ontario.
Justin Trudeau. I stand corrected on that.
I don't know what the purpose, though. So the purpose of these restrictions were because they don't want the small businesses like the toy stores that can't be open. They don't want them to lose business. So they restrict you from buying the stuff in Walmart and Dollarama. But what happens? I turned around and went and bought the toys on Amazon. So, I mean, it's just going to the mega big business then. So either way, Amazon benefits from this. So I don't know what they think they're doing by saving small businesses, but they're not. So. It's a great song.
My home sweet
It's a great song.
All right, that's enough of that.
Okay, just giving you we're in a different world in Ontario. So some countries are past COVID, like the U.S., and then there's Canada that we don't have any vaccines, so we literally still are in lockdown.
So Mother's Day, Natalie's birthday is on Mother's Day, huh?
It falls on Mother's Day this year, yes. It doesn't always work that way, but this year it does.
Same day? Okay.
Yeah, 4 years old. I'm going to have to tell her we have no toys because in Ontario, they restrict the buying of toys. We'll give her a toy next year.
Santa can come.
That's not true. We went on Amazon and bought the toys.
All right. Well, maybe Benzinga can send you some attire or something like that.
I need clothes. That's what that started from. I need clothes. I think, but like you said, at the border, they might just say, no, package of clothes. We can't ship that. Clothing is restricted in Canada. We're all nudists.
All right. So the question on the weekend is not, will Dennis be able to get clothes or toys? It's should we sell our Dogecoin ahead of SNL? That's the question. And Dennis says yes.
Yes. I would say, I think it's going to be a topping event for it. Yes, I do. It's had a ridiculous run. I got a lot of hate on Twitter. I sold some of my Ethereum and some of my Bitcoin yesterday. I kept a piece of both. I still have my original Bitcoin that I bought, but I bought more Bitcoin like about a month and a half ago. I sold that extra Bitcoin that I bought. I bought Ethereum, we know, about a week and a half ago. It's up 60% in a week and a half. I sold half of it because I feel like it's had such a run. Is the Ethereum and Bitcoin story over? No, I don't think so, but it's been a ridiculous run. And I feel like this is an event that is going to, everybody's like going to be excited. We're going to see it move up into the event and Saturday Night Live, and he's going to talk Dogecoin. Everybody's going to be pumped about it. And I feel like it's going to top out. So calling on the show again, I called this 2 days ago, but I'm saying it, I said it already when I was saying it. This weekend is going to be the topping event, I think, for crypto. And I do believe that this is going to be the highs for the year we're going to see in the next couple of days.
Wait. For all of crypto?
All of it. It's all going to top.
Oh, I don't know about that, sir.
Dogecoin, I think. And I think all of crypto has, look at Ethereum, look at them all. They've all just run. We are in the crypto market where the SPACs were a month and a half ago. High growth is just unforgiven here. It's totally, and yesterday was a great example again. ARKK down 2.5%, Buffett up 2.5%. Berkshire Hathaway up 2.5%. A 5% move. That's how much they hate the high growth right now. Everything rallied yesterday. Every sector, even tech was up yesterday. The only healthcare was down, but every other sector was up. Tech was up. The Cathie Wood tech stocks were not up because they're all high growth and they hate those names. Look at Fastly.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. Down 27% yesterday. And what's Cathie do? Usually she buys the dip. She sold the dip. She's out of this, or I don't know if she's out of it, but she sold something like 1.3 or 1.4 million shares yesterday. So she's having second guesses on a few of these picks that she's picked. Workhorse too. She sold a pile of Workhorse yesterday. She's been buying Workhorse at 20, at 18, at 17. Just sold a whole bunch yesterday at like 9. So I don't know if there's outflows happening or what's going on, why she's all of a sudden selling these things that she was buying. But maybe she just wanted, she's changed her mind on certain companies, which you're totally allowed to do. And I commend her for doing that. If the story's changed and she feels like she doesn't want to be in these, like the space, I do the same thing too. Take the loss. It's a great thing to do. It's okay to take losers. I've said that before, but man, she was so convicted with some of these buys, buying some of these stocks every day, like the Workhorse. And now all of a sudden she turns around and sells a pile of it. I'm not totally getting it.
Do you think the move in the other currencies is hurting Bitcoin?
I think so. Yeah, the other cryptos. I do believe that because Bitcoin hasn't went up that much. I do believe you're seeing a lot of crypto traders now trading other stuff, and they're moving the money around. And Matt Canterman, who was an employee at Benzinga for a long time, I was tweeting with him yesterday. He was just talking about how money is flowing. You got like this cloud of the quick money, and it just moves from something to the next thing to the next thing, and it always wants to get rich fast. There's a lot of this. This is big. So you see these moves. We had the GameStop boom. Maybe it's social, maybe it's Reddit, maybe it's retail. I don't know, but this cloud moves around. And right now it's moved into Dogecoin. It's moved into some of these other cryptos. There was ridiculous names, some of them we can't even say on the show. So the one coin there, we can't even say the one name on the show, and it's not going up. I mean, it's just this herd mentality. This herd is really strong though. And it moves around. It's moving through some of the penny stocks, and it's just moving around.
Well, look at Coinbase. Oh boy. Look, another new low yesterday. Where's Coinbase going? Holy mackerel.
This stuff's hated right now.
This
stuff is the money has moved out of this stuff and it's moved into other things. The question is on all of these names now, and yes, Coinbase valuation I think is still nuts, but it's oversold. I mean, all of these names are oversold. ARKK is oversold right now. It just dropped in a week. We just went from 128 to 107. Basically, ARKK just dropped almost 17, 18% in a week in 6 trading sessions, in 6 trading sessions where the SPY is actually up. So you just seen like an 18% divergence. So this gap that we were talking about between growth and value, it's been closing. It really closed a lot in the last few days. Now, it's still a gap there. The value stocks are still relatively cheap to the growth stocks from historical measures. They're always going to be, you can't look at, apples to apples. You just where are these relative to where they usually are? Where are these? Growth stocks are always going to have a higher PE than value stocks. So you can never say, oh, they're going to go like that. That's never going to happen. But, value stocks right now, relative to where they were, are starting to get overvalued. And some of these growth stocks relative to where they were are starting to look like, okay, maybe we're getting to a level where you can start nibbling or maybe dipping your toes into the water. If you have no growth and you're all value, I think you're reallocating a little bit now. So you're starting to look at, and pick your names, don't just go after every, it's just any name. You got to do your homework, pick the ones that are going to turn it around. I do think like a Penn National eventually could turn around here. They still have Dave Portnoy. The story is still good. It's $84, this morning. Here was $140 a month ago. So you're talking like a 30 or 40% haircut in the stock. At a certain point, Penn National becomes like, if it got down the 70s, I think I'd probably rebuy. I sold my stock at 106. I was way early selling. I think I might rebuy my stock if it got down in the 70s. So at a certain point in time, some of these stocks are actually starting to look a little more attractive. I've been
Dennis, so let me stop you here for a second. Because we talked about a lot of this on the show yesterday, and I wrote up an article trying to detail it and play it. But I mean, look at the valuations are still, and these are still ridiculous.
They are.
So like Zoom. Okay, I think I looked at Zoom, and before yesterday, it was at like a forward PE of 90. So
I wouldn't touch Zoom.
You're not. I mean, and also when you're ready to jump into these things, look at the monthly chart. I mean, where if you really start to go lower, you actually just breach the low of the move. Same thing with ARKK. I mean, these things everyone's looking at it. Oh, it's down from 160, but it's up from under 40. So it's still over a double since last March. There's still and I hate to bring up the stock, but I mean, I'm still sitting at over a double on the Peloton, right? And I want to sell. And every time I mention selling, she says she wants to buy more. So I'm not going to mention. I'm not going to sell. I did it today, though. I did it today just to kind of ceremonial, blast 20-minute workout just to try and feel better about the stock. But
you should feel better about it. Peloton got some nice guidance on the call. It was down 78 after hours. They gave some good guidance, and then it popped $10.
You know what?
Raz is here. He snuck in. Oh, he's on mute.
Raz, turn your mic on, man. Come on.
It's the nicest mic in the world, but it doesn't work well if it's not on.
I might have to step away and make sure.
Go help him out.
Over
he's
there.
In the office. Go help
him out. He knows what he's doing. He created all this stuff.
It's an awesome-looking mic, and his hair looks great today, too. I wish I knew what he was saying. He's moving his lips. He looks great.
Where's he at? Is he...
I think he hears us. Maybe he doesn't hear us. Oh, yeah, he does. He says, I do hear you.
Look like he shaved today, too.
He looks awesome today. Man, I just wish I would know what he was saying.
Come on, Spencer, run in there.
We could pretend like I know what he's saying. Spencer's going over there. Jason's getting outside here. We got Luke in the chair. Hot Stocks Luke is here.
Where's Luke? I don't see Luke.
Luke's been on the show.
Spencer left. Yeah, Spencer left. I figure, okay, might as well keep.
He takes over. We just replaced Spencer. You know what? We got a better looking Spencer now. This is excellent.
There we go.
Spencer hit the gym. Spencer hit the gym.
Hello. I got it. Does it work?
Shaved.
Yeah, it works, Jason.
Oh, it's holy Spencer's looking.
Luke, when's it time to buy growth stocks? Yeah. When's it time to
my
dip
sport
your
coat
toe in?
I was wearing it. Can you guys hear me?
We hear you now.
Okay. Dude, you're not going to believe this, Dennis. I had 150 shares of Peloton. I sold 40 of the shares at 96 the day before the recall.
That was a good sell.
That was my luckiest sell ever. But then I still have 110 shares. So
it's getting a bounce here. It gets back up to that 100 level. That's maybe, and you know what? It's having a nice dead cat bounce here. So I think it's back up to that 100 level. It's another opportunity to maybe lighten up. I'm talking to Joel as well because
talking to
Lisa.
I'm going to share it.
Lighten up the Peloton.
No,
I think
look
it could
what
go to
Spencer
100.
brought me.
Sport code, huh?
Yeah. Hey. Penn National CEO was on CNBC. I don't know why it was on our show. You know who else was on the show? Power Hour. Vici Properties. They're buying Venetian. They did Greektown. They buy the land under the casinos. VICI. I may buy that stock. VICI.
I bought your buddy's stock.
Agri?
A few weeks ago. Agri, yeah.
Yep.
I bought it 66, probably about a month ago. So we haven't had a chance to talk about it. But
the CEO talked about Agri. He's like, we're trying to build the Agri for casino operators, ADC. So they buy Venetian, they become the landlord. Venetian pays them, just like they did for Greektown, just like they did for Penn. And the CEO is probably one of the best CEOs I've ever spoken to in the Power Hour yesterday. I don't know where the clip is because these guys created a new channel called Benzinga Clips, which I don't know how you find any of this stuff anymore, but whatever, they're trying different things. So, but if you look at the Power Hour, Dennis, watch Vici Properties. I'm telling you.
I'm on the
Wait, Dennis. Okay, this is what Dennis and Joel need to understand about StreamYard. Turning your camera off does not mean you're not on the stream anymore. Okay.
I said Vici. VICI.
What did I do?
Victor Igloo.
No.
It was Dennis.
Dennis just did it.
I knew it was still on, but I had the boy just walked in, so it's like hiding him.
So this is what you do. You just mouse over your face and you click remove, and that takes.
So you could still see me even though with the boy coming in?
No, I could hear you.
Oh yeah, well hearing's okay. Oh, you heard the boy talking.
Oh
yeah.
Do not respond to some of these chats. They're asking me questions. You can't respond because Joel and Spencer got killed for it last time. I felt bad for Joel and Spencer.
The VICI is interesting. Nice pullback yesterday.
Nice segue, Dennis.
Yeah, we'll bring it back. I like the 4.28% dividend. that thing came back down to 29 or 30. I'd be interested in buying this too. It's actually, I'm kind of interested. You got me interested.
He said it's like the most undervalued. Of course, he's going to say it, but it's the most undervalued thing. So what this is a gaming REIT. Harry Turkish he said the same thing. MGM. So basically, when Caesars went bankrupt, was like a spinoff, and so now they have these gaming REITs that take on the real estate. And I don't know. I like it. I don't own it yet. I don't understand it that well, but I like it. And then I'm peacocking today. What does that mean? Someone said I'm peacocking. What does that mean? What's that mean? Wait, and then I got to tell you one more thing. So Penn, it was at 86. BTN, no, I don't know what stock. I don't know. I have some call for some entrepreneur for an entrepreneur contest at 8:30. That's why I have to.
Oh, you got to leave before the jobs number. He's actually secretly trading the jobs number.
Yeah, I'm secretly trading the jobs number. I do want you guys to tell E-Trade to add Benzinga News, and I'll send you swag if you email powerhour@benzinga.com. How's your house, Dennis?
Still not built. It's still. We may put it on hold with these lumber prices. If it keeps going up, I'm going to just panic out, and that's it. My builder pre-bought some of the lumber, so I hope he bought it all, but I doubt it. I know the trusses, so I'm kind of throwing up every time I see lumber prices making a new high. It just stabs me, and I'm actually having anxiety over Jason when I see all this material costs going up, and I'm like, I am so screwed on this house build. I'm so screwed.
I want to move to Canada. There's a lumber stock that went from 30 cents to $10 in the last 6 months. And I was studying it last night.
Oh, which was that one?
Oh, my God. It's like...
I should have been along that. It would have been a nice hedge.
It would have been a beautiful hedge. And it's part of that BTN stock that I'm in. They own 7 million shares in it. And so that's what made the BTN stock go up so much. But I don't know what the lumber one is. It's only on the TSX. It's like, oh, God, I know the name. I just read the investor letter from the fund, BTN. I'll have to send it to you.
I've got a couple of lumber stocks in Canada, Canfor and what's the other one I have? And I bought those last October for a hedge because I was worried that lumber prices could go up. So I'm like, I'm going to buy a few lumber stocks. I didn't buy enough, though. I did not anticipate a 300% move in the price of lumber, unfortunately. So I thought it would go up maybe 30% or 40% on 300%. So I screwed up.
Am I sitting too high? Do I need to go lower? There, is that better? There we go.
You're good.
Maybe that's better. Well, I have this interview. I got to look nice for it,
Yeah, right now you're on the interview.
Yeah, this is it.
This is the interview. You're supposed to look nice for. It's pre-market pop. This is huge for you.
Wait, hey, Dennis, did you buy any Doge?
No, I actually sold some crypto yesterday. I had Ethereum and I had bought more Bitcoin. I just had bought Ethereum a week and a half ago, and I lightened up both.
Yeah, well, I got a question for you and Joel. Mm-hmm. Did you take me up on buying some USDC? Did you take me up on buying some USDC or USDT?
No.
Well, you suck.
I should have.
Okay. Hey, Elon Musk tweeted to be cautious on Doge.
Yeah, but
he was on TMZ.
Raz, that video was from 3 months ago.
I thought the video was from 3 months ago, actually. Okay, will you? I was going to say it to you when you were watching it. Will you? I don't know. Will you go into the content Slack and do that? Because I can't log into Slack because I'm on another computer.
Yeah. Well, they already covered it, but the video. Elon tweeted a video.
Oh yeah, it's Green Forest Products. Zippity doodah. It's Green Forest Products, Dennis. GFP. It's like GF.P or something. Went from 30 cents to $8, and I read the investor letter how they got into it. So that's what I was talking about. That's. I don't own any of Green Forest. I own BTN, and these are smaller companies, but I like Kyle Seminara, who's so that's why.
Lumber has had a ridiculous move. I think everything, I was saying yesterday on the show, everything is in a big bubble. Commodities, crypto, not growth anymore. That's why I was like, I actually am starting to get interested in some growth names because the only thing not in a bubble anymore is the high growth, high PE stuff. Everything else has just run. The value stocks are basically all overvalued now. It's a tricky market. That's why when you bring us a Vici, I was like, oh, that one's interesting. It's got a little dividend. It's pulled back a little bit. It doesn't look that bad, but it's tough to find value stocks right now that haven't run.
All right, before I hang up here, if you love Joel, Dennis, and Spencer, hit that like button and subscribe. Show them the love. Show them that you care.
I'm hitting the like button right now. I like myself.
If you're a developer looking to build some cool financial tools, email me at powerhour@benzinga.com. And then RKT, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna ask
you can't look at RKT for like 2 years. It's like I sold a little bit when it went to 40 or 30. I sold at 36 that day, but I wish I sold more because did I think it was going to go below 20? Well, when UWMC, whatever, they lowered the rates and they have earnings next week, it's going to take some time. But Dan Gilbert has always been right. Any day you sold Rocket early over the last 30 years, it's been too early to sell.
Jason, tell Dan, and I got this figured out, and then Kramer said, he likes to say sometimes what we say. I said it yesterday on Pre-Markets Prep. To get Rocket turned around, they need to not just have a special dividend, they need to put in a regular dividend. They've got the money to do it. Put in a regular dividend. Then the value guys like me will get interested. I see a 0 on that right now, and I don't want to buy it as value stock. I want to get paid.
Because, Dennis,
needs a dividend.
Because it has so much cash on the balance sheet too, you know?
I think it's a good I think when they put that dividend in, I think if they do that, I think the stock will eventually start to turn around because it is cheap. And Kramer said the same thing. Whether he got that from our show or not, maybe we're just thinking. Maybe I just think the same as Jim, but he said the same thing last night as I did. He's like, I need a dividend. So me and Jim Kramer are both on the same page. Dan Gilbert, need to put a dividend on RKT. And you know what? It would start to turn the price around.
All right. I'm going to that call, guys. Wish me luck. Love you. Like and subscribe. Just come to our shows. Spencer Israel's working really hard, and he needs your love. Okay? Love you all. Oh, and you have a guest coming on. Yes. He has a nice little chart I see. I don't know what that is, but I see it. Okay. Peace out.
See you, Jason. Jobs report in 2 minutes.
Ooh, I got to go wide.
Then there's a question. Esther asked a good question here. And Esther, we don't know the answer. Her question is basically, this inverse correlation between crypto and growth. So if Dennis is right and the money flows out of crypto, where does it go? Does it go back into growth? I mean, maybe. I think we're saying that's a possibility for sure.
Yeah, I think the growth names, and I've been dogging the growth names for the better part of 2-3 weeks. I think they're oversold right now. I do think we're going to get a bounce. I think it's a bounce to sell, though. Like the Zooms, Joel's making a point. You got to be really fussy. I'm not buying Zoom. I still say Zoom, and people don't want to hear that. I said it on the show a month and a half ago when it was like $350. I said I think Zoom could be under $100 eventually. So, I mean, you got to be very selective. I'm not buying something that's 90 times earnings. But some of these growth names, are starting to get more reasonable. I gave you Penn. I think Penn, not now, but I think Penn's getting to a point where maybe now. It's getting to a point where you could start dipping your toe in. So is it going back to 50? I don't think it's going that low because you know what? You still got the story and you still got Barstool Sports, and Dave Portnoy is not going away. We love Dave Portnoy. He's funny as hell. I like the pizza clips. And you know what? I still believe in Barstool Sports.
I had an anti-Esther, number one. I don't think it's the same one. But I don't think the people that are investing in crypto are necessarily investing in stocks and growth stocks. I think the people who are in crypto are in crypto. And I think they'll move it around. I don't think
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think it moves it all around. I think there's some people that are just crypto. I think there's a lot of people who are.
Let's go wide, baby. We got the jobs number. Come on, jobs. I'll even go for the and there it is. We popped. There's only one number up top, folks. We're trying to pop. Go.
So as we said, somewhere around 1 million new jobs. That's the ballpark estimate. Unemployment expected to fall to 5.8%. So
watch out, Dennis. Cancel those bids.
Cancel the bids.
Dennis is getting picked off.
Up, down, left, right.
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. 266,000 jobs added versus, as I said, a 1 million estimate.
What? Jerome was right.
266,000 versus 1 million estimate. I would say that's light. I would call that light. I would say that's a miss. Just unemployment 6.1%. So unemployment above the estimate. New jobs way below the estimate. Wow, maybe he's on something.
Yeah,
there is no. This economy needs more stimulus.
That's the only solution.
Yes, right
more
now.
Free money for everyone. Banks getting hammered on it.
Can we get a fourth stimulus?
Maybe. But yeah, that is a big miss there. Remember what the increase was last time? It was 916,000 jobs added in March and 266,000 jobs added in April. That's a big month-over-month decline.
Is there something in there? Is there was there a shorter month or something, or seasonal or something like that?
So
is that wrong?
I think what this is, and this is just me guessing, but like
that's what we do.
This number,
that's all it is. Everybody's guessing.
This number is what? It is a measure of new jobs created. How many people return to work? Right? People aren't returning to work. Right? We still have the extended COVID unemployment. Right? So, all you see everywhere is businesses having a hard time hiring. Right? There aren't enough workers to go around. But that's what I think this is. I think it's just people just not going back to work.
They're making so much money listening to Benzinga's pre-market prep show.
That could be.
They don't need. We got a good number, folks. We got a great number up top, and I don't know. Kind of feels like we're going to bust through there. We made that. Oh, man, just as I said that, 42.11. That was our all-time high, and we just exceeded that, going to 12.50. Now 13.25, 14. I mean, pumping Powell. He has his statistics, and
the unemployment rate just increased, which hasn't happened since March of last year. That was the last time the unemployment rate hasn't gone up since March of last year.
We got a very clear counter to yesterday move happening here in the last 3 minutes. Banks just imploded. So, I mean, this was a very surprising number to the markets. Obviously, this means that interest rates might not be imminently going up. So, two things happen. Banks go down, tech goes up. Qs clearly ripping up $5 a Qs right now, $1.50. So, all those, growth names that were getting hammered yesterday, going to get a little relief pop with this number, I would think. So, if you're looking at, potential buys right now, I think a lot of those, and not long term, but as trades, I think a lot of those names that were getting hammered yesterday might actually get a little relief pop here. You're seeing the IWM just went red. So you got a big separation, exact opposite trade of yesterday. Good for Kathy, bad for value, bad for Buffett. So Buffett here is actually still trading higher, surprisingly, because maybe it's Apple, because there's a huge Apple holding and Apple's ripping. So maybe that helps Buffett. Maybe Buffett wins no matter what. Stock goes up no matter what. But I mean, we're clearly seeing banks getting hit, value stocks getting hit, and tech stocks rallying. So, and you would expect that, because if interest rates are, this is a number where the Fed has ammo to say, hey, look,
we're right. Yeah.
We're not going to, stop spiking the Kool-Aid anytime soon, because maybe we need it.
I said the unemployment rate hadn't risen since March. I meant April of last year.
Wow.
That's when it peaked. It peaked in April of last year, and it's been going down ever since then, but it just went up again. So that's interesting. Okay. That was a big number. That's fun.
Yeah. That's fun. That was
a big number.
That was a big number.
A lot of rotation off of that number.
Dennis, and you just left your offers out there, and they took them, and then you just left.
I canceled all orders.
Okay.
No, I didn't get hit on anything there. I canceled everything.
It's pretty, but okay. So we went to 42.14, right? That was quick, though. Okay, so anybody that was leading on to 42.11, your stop got done at 42.14 or higher, or it could be higher. I don't know where the micro's traded to, but so you got a great number up there now, and we'll see if we can get back up. But I still cautious, new all-time high. But boy, that's a big surprise. A big surprise to the market. We'll see how they digest it.
Frank M., I'm with you, man.
I was all over. I just gave you guys that Buffett trade. It was still trading up about $2. It's up only. They just hit it down $1 right now. So I'm not.
Who's listening to this show? Who did that?
No, they're slow responding to it. I mean, it's going to be the value trades coming off right now. So Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway seen as a value stock. So
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the rotation, it's all about rotations, and trading's all about rotation right now. And clear rotation here this morning.
All right. After all that excitement, we need the soothing, dulcet tones of Markus Heitkoetter. So let's bring him on now. Markus, how are we doing today?
Hey, good morning. Well, this is interesting here with the jobs. Big miss, and the market's initial reaction is up.
I'm not going to pretend to understand things, Markus.
Hey, here's the deal. I actually have a mug that says, trade what you see, not what you think, because I gave that up years ago to trade what I think would happen, because right now it's all messed up. I mean, big miss in the jobs report, but the markets are going up because now, yes, maybe the interest rates are not going lower. Maybe there's more stimulus, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just so screwed up. This is why I look at the charts. I am just a technical trader. I can make sense of the fundamentals. I mean, I'm not smart enough for that. I just can't.
I don't know if any of us can really figure it all out. We just all guess. So, but this is the way this market is. It's a crazy market.
You see, the interesting thing is what I've learned. It is never the report that is moving the market. It is the reaction of traders to the report. I mean, we have seen it with earnings over and over, right? I mean, companies are providing great earnings, going down. And then other companies, it's a smaller than expected loss, still not making money. Uber, Lyft, for example, right? And then they're going up. It's, you see, whatever traders and investors think of the report, what that means, the interpretation, that's moving the market. So this is where I also noticed years ago when I was still day trading that the first 15 minutes are usually wild, right? I mean, the first reaction, you have it when the number is coming out, then there's the first reaction, and then everybody's looking into this. I mean, Spencer, you said it. Wait a minute, was there something, or I don't know who said it. Was there a short month? What is happening, right? I mean, why are the numbers so bad? And then they realize, well, there's nothing. And then there's a second reaction usually to this. I mean, right now, still going up. NASDAQ up 1.3%. Yeah, crazy.
I mean, low rates. I mean, more stimulus. That's what the market wants to hear, right? I mean, that's what this whole rally's been predicated on. So the fact that we got bad is good, right? A bad number.
Seems so.
Good for the market. So how else you doing, Marcus? We did have you on last week, correct? So,
yeah. So I mean, last week has been a more boring week. So if I can share my charts, I'm sharing the S&P 500. And if you look at last week, it was super boring. All right, I mean, we were in this range, and I told you I couldn't sell as much puts as I want to, because that's what I like to do. I like to collect premium, and when I want to collect premium, I need volatility, and I need down days, right? So I need a day that is going down, and then Yellen to the rescue, right? I mean, on Wednesday, when Treasury Secretary Yellen said, well, you know what, maybe interest rates at some point need to go up. And she said it in a way smarter way. And this is when the markets tanked, and I was able to go on a shopping spree. So this is just great. Let me show you a few things that I did. First of all, AG, First Majestic Silver, sold the 14 strike price here, as you can see. And this is expiring today. Today is a big day for me. Today, lots of expiration. So as long as we're staying here above 14, I will just keep the whole premium, not getting assigned. Pre-market here right now, we are at $16.37. So seems that we're good here. Another one, I mean, you've been talking about this, Kathy Woods and ARK. I actually thought that this week was a good week to pick it up cheap if I'm getting assigned. So I sold the 105 put and got some good money for this. And I thought, you know what, this might actually not be bad getting assigned here. But right now, since all the growth stocks are ripping higher, pre-market we had 111. So right now it doesn't seem that I'm getting assigned there, but I wouldn't mind owning this, because what was it? You said it earlier, Triple D. How much is the ARK fund down for the year? Is it like 30%?
Yeah, like 30%. So you've seen a huge narrowing of that gap. Like, I've been poo-pooing growth stocks for a while, but today I was like, you know, I even before the jobs number, I was finally saying these are oversold. You know, some of the stuff's due for a bounce. So ARK is massively oversold. Despite I don't like a lot of stuff she holds in that fund, and maybe I'm not in love with her strategy, it's oversold. For her to drop 18% in 7 trading sessions, which is what her main ARKK fund has basically done, from 126 down to 105. That's a big move in 6 days. So I think if you're selling now, I think you're kind of doing it backwards. So, you know, and if you're selling puts, that's like a buy. So I'm kind of with you short term.
That's what I was kind of hoping for, that I can pick it up for 105, because I would think that buying it at 105 would be buying it at a discount. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. So another one, AMD. AMD, I mean, it's a little bit all over the place, and I'm super surprised. So we have all these semiconductor shortage, right? So this is why, not quite sure why we are just going down or sideways, but I see that there's solid support at the 75 level. So I sold a few puts at 75. This morning, pre-market, they're trading at 79. So might not get assigned here, as it seems. I wouldn't have minded owning AMD at 75. I think that this would be okay. So anyhow, Las Vegas Sands, that is a different story. So Las Vegas, you talked about Penn, Barstool, and Jason talked about everybody who's buying the ground underneath the casinos there. So this is where I sold the 58 strike price. And right now we are trading below this. So I might get a sign on LVS Las Vegas Sands. I still think that overall, this might be a good bet if I'm getting assigned here. Because if you're looking at the others, if you're looking at Caesars, I mean, they reported earnings this week. And they said, well, we have sold out weekends here in Vegas. I think Wynn, did they report yesterday or today? I think they're about to report. Yeah, they're reporting today. So let's see what Wynn is doing. So they're reporting today. And this is where, still liking Las Vegas Sands. Let's see. This is one where I might or might not get assigned today. So here at a strike.
I have Wynn on my calendar for Monday after the close.
Oh, is it on Monday? Okay, good. So we'll see here. Snap is another one. I mean, Snapchat just up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, really in a massive range here between 50 and 70. So I sold the 49 strike price and said, you know what, if this dips below 49, I don't mind owning Snapchat. But here also it seems that this expires worthless and I just keep the whole premium. Now we saved the best for last, of course, so we get to ride here in a moment. But then I also looked at Zillow. Zillow reported earnings. I think that they were better than expected earnings. Don't know because I'm really not looking into this. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter whether they're reporting great earnings or bad earnings, right? I said it's the reaction of traders. When they reported earnings, they had this slump down. So I sold the 105 strike price. Thought, yeah, you know what? I'll pick up some Zillow with all the craziness that is going on right now. I mean, people are buying homes like crazy. Where do you go if you want to know how much is a house worth? I mean, years back, you had to call a realtor to get the comms, how much a house is worth. I mean, now we have Zillow. We have everything at our fingertips. Anyhow, also ripping higher here, pre-market 2.7%. So all of these, except of LVS, will expire worthless today, as it seems. I mean, we never know what the markets are doing. But yeah, I really went on a shopping spree here. So I loaded everything up. So AMD, on this one, I'll make like $400 if you can just zoom in here. So that's AMD is $378. Snap is another $400. LVS is $595. Now we need to scroll over a little bit. There's the other few that I got in my portfolio. $550 here, $400 here. And wait, but there's even more. I didn't even see AG. There's another $800. So this will be an awesome week after a slow week last week. Definitely picking up here. And as I said, save the best for last. There it is. Freaking right.
It took you for a ride, Marcus.
I mean, I am getting sick and tired of this stock. I have been sick and tired of this stock for a while. I just keep lowering my cost basis here. My cost basis right now is at $15.23. My break even is another $1 lower. So my break even is somewhere at around $14 here. And these guys are just killing me. They have the worst market. I don't even know. They are being sued. They should be sued of not communicating with their investors of what's going on. So are they producing trucks or not? Now they moved the earnings date up from June 17 to May 5th, to May 17 or something like this. So they moved it up by a month. What does it mean? Does this mean that they have good news? I mean, why would you move an earnings date up? If I were right and if I would produce these trucks and I had some trouble here, I would actually communicate with the public as late as possible. So do they have some good news? Do I get a quick pop? My plan is here next week, actually, to sell some more puts. I want to lower my cost basis to around $12. So the idea is to go down to $11.50 to $12 in my cost basis, so that if there is a quick reaction, even if it is just from $8 to $12, which is a lot. I understand that's 50%. I get it, right? But to get out of this here at break even or at a small loss. So this is the stupidest trade that I've done.
Is there
in a
any
long
point
time.
in time, Marcus, and I think the chat wants to ask that question, is there any point in time where you just say, I got this one wrong, I'm going to take the loss and move on? Is there any point in time, like if it went down like 6 or 5?
You know what? This is a great question, and I thought about it. I thought about it. So when do I call it quits here? And this, Triple D, you said it earlier, right? I mean, Kathy Woods pulled out of Workhorse, so she called it quits at some point.
Yeah, she did. Or at least she sold some.
Right. She's also. So here's the deal. Right now has been just beating down, and they are not producing any revenue. At some point, they have to take orders, unless this one in this earnings call, if they say, yeah, you know what, we can't meet our December production deadline. It will be a year later. I mean, then they will be rolled over with the others. Then we will have the Cybertruck. Then we will have the Ford F-150. Then we will have maybe GM comes out with a Silverado. So then they are done. So right now, as it appears in this whole EV maker scene, they might have a chance to be the first to market with an electric pickup truck. And this is where I'm thinking, okay, let's think about it. They said that they can produce around 5,000 trucks in a quarter. That is the plan, right? How much would you sell a truck for? What did they say? Like $40,000? Somewhere around this. So, I mean, this is where they would bring in some decent revenue. Let's see. This would be this, and then we add the three numbers from there. So it would be like 40 million. And I think this is what we need to see. So if they come out and say, yeah, you know what, we're calling it, we can produce the truck, then I need to bail here. Right now.
What about, Marcus, do you ever, and this is not investment advice, but
not at all.
Do you ever consider the revenge trade?
Oh, yeah.
You know, just load up on the 5 puts or something, or the 6.
You know what? I did this in the past. I did it in the past where I said, and I just see that some people who are hodling it, right? Hold on for dear life. I mean, that's kind of what I do here, but they could just keep buying. I mean, for me, my plan, it has always been, it's not the first time that I'm stuck in a position. I've been stuck in TQQQs. I've been stuck, you know it, in Apple. I've been stuck in GDXJ. So I have a plan of what I do. When I am stuck, I'm systematically lowering my cost basis, and I'm bringing in more premium so that I do not only lower my cost basis, but also my break even. So you see, the difficult thing is with revenge trading, you never know when you're doing it, right? You always realize it in hindsight. Here, I feel that I'm not doing revenge trading. I'm following my plan of what I do when a position is in trouble. So for me, this is a very systematic approach. Do I like this? No. Do I hate it? Yes, with a passion. Am I sick and tired of this? Absolutely. It's the one thing where I have a little post-it, right? And I put the post-it over the open P&L of right, because I don't want to see it anymore. I mean, right now it's just frustrating. It is.
Markus Heitkoetter is from Rockwell Trading. You can always learn more, hear more from him by going to the link that's up on the screen, rockwelltrading.com/Benzinga. That link redirects straight to his YouTube page, I believe, and there's a ton more content on there. Marcus, before I let you go, anything else on your radar for next week, or you're just sort of monitoring these positions?
No, you see, this the positions will close today, and this is where I'm using my scanner just to see every day what is popping up. And you see, I have my little colorful faces here where I'm flagging of maybe this would be a good one. I'm definitely interested in Win. Let's see what they do. Let's see if there's support some there. I might actually, these are the maybes, Fastly and Neo. And then I don't like anything like the cruise lines right now. Palantir, not a big fan. So this is why I'm flagging it red. But so on my radar for next week, probably maybe Win after they report earnings. And let's see what Fastly and Neo are doing here.
All right. We will have to check in on Fastly, Win, and Neo with you next week. Have a good weekend, sir. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Have a great day. Good weekend.
Thanks, Marcus.
All right. I always do feel better talking to Marcus.
His voice is always relaxed.
The dulcet tone.
I should take some notes from just on how to relax, because I'm a lot more hyper.
All right. I have to confess, I don't even know what we really talked about today. What have we talked about?
Well, we had the rotation, obviously, and we're seeing still massive rotation. The banks are getting smacked around. We're seeing growth tech catch a bid. Kathy's having a great morning here. ARKK trading up 3% here this morning. This is all off the jobs number because she was flat before this jobs number. So you're seeing the market clearly price in that there may not be the interest rate rise as quickly as after this jobs number. It might be the talk could cool down a little bit there. So that's why the banks are getting smacked, and that's why you're seeing the high tech growth really catch a bid here this morning. So all those beaten down names are the ones that are rebounding this morning.
And yeah, gold's catching a bit off this too here, up 26.20, which and silver now went from red to green. So they're liking the metals off this, which I don't know. I guess just every dog has their day, right?
Yeah, I guess
it's a hard market to figure out sometimes.
Let's go Datadog.
Okay,
dogs.
They had earnings. Yeah. The earnings were last night. They were good. The EPS beat 6 cents versus 3 cents. Sales beat 198 million versus 186 million. Guidance above estimates for EPS and for sales for the quarter and for the year, actually. So strong guidance.
It's another hammered growth name. It looks like growth is going to have a very good day. Just now you start thinking about, okay, we just got hammered from 90 to 70. So I'm thinking 80. I'm thinking it's a nice pop here. And, if you're in all these growth names and your portfolio has been underperforming like crazy, you're using rallies to switch that up. It looks like we're going to have a counter move day, which is a good opportunity for everybody who's buried in growth to lighten some of those positions up. I don't follow Datadog closely enough, and I haven't done valuation on it to tell you if it's getting to a reasonable price or not. But I can just tell you the stock is still massively out of favor. There is just a ton of people who are down money between $80 and $90. I think, we got to the mid 80s. I think you're going to run into a wall of resistance. Probably anything over 80, you're probably going to run into some resistance. So it's a nice 7-point pop. It's hard to come up here and buy it up 10% right now. Right now, I'm looking at what isn't up right now. What are these growth names that have been really hammered that aren't up much this morning? Those are the ones that are more interesting to me, not something that's up 10%.
Take a look at the pair. This is called 79.60. Dennis, you mentioned 80 and higher, but what's really important for this one, after getting pounded like it had $95 a couple weeks ago, is to keep going to pre-market high, and we're right there at the high of the session. If this thing can get let's say let's call it 79.60, splits to lows, gets above 80. So now I think you could have some pretty good short covering this one, but you got to get up. You got to not only take out the pre-market high, but you got to get into that 80 handle. And for people that wanted, it's a little bit different. So people that wanted to buy this on the dip and they were getting their bids just peppered the last few days. I mean, even if this does go into a decline, people were stepping up at 76 a little bit in the pre-market. So, we'll see how much, if it can't get into the 80 handle, it'll give some back, but I don't see it going anywhere near yesterday's low at 69.73.
I want to go to Roku.
Roku, rebounded Roku.
RT77 just mentioned as well. I would have said 20 minutes ago or half hour ago, this would probably give it all back at the open, but now I'm not so sure.
Because it's the kind of day. It was the jobs number that it needed.
Right, exactly. So the numbers were good, and the stock is up, and I would have thought this has PayPal written all over it. But now everything has changed with that number. So
yeah, it does. And I mean, the response to this is going to be important as well. Do we hold these gains? Does ARK, which is a great indicator for all these high growth names right now, hold on to these gains, or does it run into a wall of sellers because there's so many people who are underwater? Roku, same story. I mean, 350, which is probably a pipe dream at this point in time, would be an awesome short up there. It's 35 points away from there. 315, I kind of feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. Maybe you grab the 50%. But, the name of the game is sell the rip, buy the dip, and you're getting a nice rip here on Roku.
I see the numbers you're talking about, but we're still just trading at 316.58. What about the pair of stubborn highs right here? The 2 and 3 day highs, Wednesday and Thursday, 330.39, 328. Boom, right there. So if you're looking for more, that's $15 away. Looks like it's got a bid here. I'd be looking if you're looking for another target in Roku. And if you start to peel back, once again, same scenario as Datadog. Like, I missed the bottom. I should have bought yesterday. They're going to have to put some bids in here as it goes back down. Top of yesterday's range, way down at 30027.
Whatever was strong yesterday is weak this morning. Whatever was weak yesterday is strong this morning. So, if you're in your individual stocks, that's what you're looking at here. And if you're, wanting to trade, I mean, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
You're seeing a nice rally in the high growth names. from the longer term perspective, I'm always a contrarian, and I'm always looking and saying, okay, well, here's an opportunity. Maybe I'm going to get in the value stock that I wanted. Maybe we're going to get a big dip. And the banks have been running. We're getting a nice dip on JP Morgan. But, they've run too. I like JP Morgan 155. I think JP Morgan 157. You're not far away from there. So it's an opportunity here this morning on the counter move. But, does this start a 3 or 4 day trend? I mean, we've been, rotating into value for a while here now. It's overbought. So maybe you see a couple days of reversal here. I still think longer term, though, I'm buying dips in value and selling rips in a lot of the growth names.
Change. And you were talking about that before the number too. It's just not.
Well, yeah, it was oversold. So now you're getting an opportunity where, okay, well, we're ripping the other way. So yeah, these are opportunities. These are good opportunities for traders.
For those keeping track at home, UPS is flat.
UPS has been running and running and running and running. I would expect this to go down today. I would expect FedEx to go down today. I would expect Home Depot to go down today at least this morning on these numbers. Some of them are trading in the red, but there are some value stocks that are trading the green still. Like I said, the Berkshire Hathaway. Probably the Apple helping that, but Berkshire Hathaway, it's red. It's red now, heavy. I mean, we said I should have just turned around and hit 291.50. It was bid. I was like, they're probably going to hit that. It's now 288.5, just about $3. So clear rotation. You can see, there's opportunities in understanding this rotation.
Yeah, exactly right. We talked about Doge running into SNL. We didn't really talk about Tesla at all.
Bad news out of Tesla, huh?
Well, but the stock sort of fits this theme that we've been talking about here for the past few minutes here. What's weak is strong, and what's strong is weak. So
yeah.
Tesla's up today because of that. I saw they had some data out overnight, right, where they saw registrations in Germany fall 25% in April. Volkswagen at the same time saw 108% increase in registrations. I don't know.
6-8. I mean, you got a wall right now here, so I wouldn't think about any upside in this. You got a trio. This is cost 683. Spots the 3 eyes for the last 3 days. That is still $13-14 away. You did hit 675. So if you do, that's just a big level. On the downside, doesn't look like we're going to fade and give up this low at 650. Another little pesky low, that's actually quite a ways under that, 641.11. But keep an eye on that 683 in Tesla. Not only today, but over the next couple sessions if you're looking for this to rally.
I think 700 is a brick wall now in Tesla too. So if I was looking from a short trade, I'd probably want a little bit more of a lift to just go in here. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Up near 700, great resistance up there though. So I'm not buying dips on Tesla. I'm only selling rips.
If you scooped it up the last, it's still 12. I mean, it's not going to 700 today. I'm just looking for. Well, I don't know that for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm just looking shorter term. Yeah, I'm just saying it got to get to 683 first before it gets anywhere near 700.
All right. Well, while we were talking stocks and economic data points, Mitch was making NFTs this morning.
He's good at that, man.
And so
what's he made now?
Well, I got something for you. So I got a question before I bring it on the screen.
I'm somewhat scared.
Triple. Does Dogecoin get to $1, baby? $1.
I don't even know.
Oh wow, that one's an interesting. Look at Mufasa holding Simba, Spencer Simba here.
Oh, that's for
Astronaut Joel.
Spencer Simba right there.
That's one of the
Rafiki.
Is this one for sale? Can we bid on this thing?
Sure.
Oh yes.
It's
you can
so
send
good,
me wax.
man. I can never do that stuff in 100 years.
And the dog's there. This is going to be the story of the weekend. It's going to be the story of the weekend. We got the SNL. Everybody wants to know what he's going to say. He's talking the Dogecoin. He's going to talk Dogecoin. I do believe
going to the moon. You don't see him. He's an astronaut.
You probably see the lift into the event. Just remember, it's buy ahead of the event, sell on the event.
Talk about it. Yep.
I feel like this is going to be a selling event. So I think on Monday, maybe we get a little lift into the open. Everybody's excited. Oh, I saw this dog coin. I want to buy that. And then they pull the rug out from all those people. And we see like a 20% fall in the price of Dogecoin. I'm predicting a 20 to 25% fall in the price of Dogecoin next week from where it is Saturday night. I think you could still lift a little bit more. So if I'm actually, and I don't think you can. Is there any way to short Dogecoin?
Yes, actually, I'm glad you asked.
How do you short it?
I'll put a link in the chat. How about that?
Yeah, I want to know. Well, and I'm not we don't do recommendations. We don't do anything there. I'm just curious right now.
Let's check it out.
And I don't like shorting rocket ships either. So not recommending to short anything. I think, though, next week, so use that information. I think next week you're going to see a significant fall in the Doge.
All right, I'm putting a link. We actually covered this. There's a link in chat to our article, How to Short Doge. Not saying you should, if you want to.
Yeah, we're not saying you should at all. It's a very high risk, and then get a much higher risk than that.
Yep. All right. So it's 9 o'clock. Guys, do you have any final words of wisdom? Dennis, final words for the week. Joel, I mean, we'll see you at the end. Oh wait, Joel, we didn't mention this yet. Nice haircut, man. Joel got and I am embarrassed. I apologize. I didn't see it yesterday at the close. I distracted, I think. But Joel got a spiffy looking haircut. Joel's looking good for the.
You know what? If I could get possibly any better looking, I don't know here.
Look at that haircut.
That's
a
right
haircut.
Hey, short baby. Wash and wear. Get out of that pool. Boom. I mean, it even dries. I don't even need a towel. I like
short
it.
Stock,
Wash and wear.
short hair.
Yep. All right. I'm going to stay in the chat for a few minutes because we didn't cover a ton of symbols.
Oh, we did.
Just closing out here. I mean, pre-market high 42.14. It's very close to that 42.11. So let's get through there. Let's get up and hold 42.11. There's no
Goldman
resistance
Sachs down
there.
$5 now. Banks getting absolutely hammered on this jobs number. Anything to do with financial is down significantly. PNC Bank leading the church down $4 as well. Caterpillar, Deere getting hit here this morning. They hate value this morning, and they love high PE growth tech. That is what is happening.
That's why you listen to the pre-market prep show to catch the turns.
Have a good weekend. Enjoy the Saturday Night Live Dogecoin skit, and just be careful if you're all loaded up because I still think you're going to see a topping event this weekend. Just my opinion.
Just one man's opinion. All right. Thanks a lot, Dennis. Thanks a lot, Joel. So we do have live trading again today. David Green will be back. Here is the schedule for today. I'm going to bring it up on my screen. There it is. David Green's going to be on in about 20 or so minutes, going through the open till about 10:30, give or take. SPACs Attack, Power Hour, Get Technical. Our options show, our weekly options show with Robert Roy, Options Explained, will be on from 2 to 3. We got Zinger Stock Trivia at 3 o'clock. The At the Close show at 3:30. And Money Mitch, I believe, Money Mitch at 6. If Money Mitch is not on, then it's not on. But that's the schedule for today. So,
yeah,
everyone.
I'll be on. I got happy hour today, guys. So one of the things that I do on Fridays is just kind of more of a hangout with traders. You know, we want to hear the stories of the week. So if you got a great story to tell, come to Money Mitch.
Come to Money Mitch at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, some other housekeeping items. Haven't mentioned this enough today. Benzinga Pro, it's Benzinga's real-time news feed and research tool. And what I'm going to do, actually, because I don't do this nearly as much as I should, I'm going to play a Benzinga Pro commercial for you now.
When you want to maximize your performance in the market, you need access to the highest quality tools and news available. Benzinga Pro stands out from all of the options you'll be presented with, and their instant access to market-moving news positions you to be prepared to take on the market in the best ways possible. Here's how it works. Benzinga Pro's news desk creates original news content that's available on your main news feed and gives you actionable information about companies you may want to invest in. This news desk information gives you the chance to beat the market, receive impactful news as it breaks, and jump on trending stocks before and as they rise. And beyond that, Benzinga Pro is packed with helpful features and unique insights that give you the best information possible. There's tools like the Live Audio Squawk, which streams every day with important news and timely updates. And the real-time news alerts that allow you to stay on top of every developing story you're keeping tabs on. Alerts and news will be sent straight to your inbox or delivered as live sound alerts. For those investors that want real-time, actionable, and breaking news about companies they may be looking to invest in, Benzinga Pro is the tool to use.
Pro.benzinga.com. Enter the promo code YouTube20. That'll get you 20% off any Benzinga Pro subscription. Before I forget, please remember that all the information from our show, from all of our shows, but This show especially is meant to be used as informational purposes only, not for investing or trading advice. Please do your own research, your own due diligence, and take everything you hear from everybody with a gigantic grain of or crystal of salt. Okay, I'm about to wrap it up unless Mitch wants to hang out, but I was going to wrap it up. This video is set to redirect to David's stream, so you don't have to do anything to watch that. It'll be available right here, youtube.com/Benzinga. If you're watching on Twitch, twitch.com/Benzinga, Twitter, it'll be on there as well on Benzinga's account. So you don't have to do anything. The redirect will happen. Dave will be on for about an hour going through his trades, going through his setups. Again, it's not really like what he's going to be doing. Just if you haven't watched David trade before, he spends the first part like going through his setups that he's working through right now and going through his watch list, and then the second part takes questions from the chat. So that's the structure of David's show. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to Benzinga on YouTube or Benzinga Clips. It's our highlights channel. Hit the like. How many likes are we at right now? Are we at 800 likes yet? Let's find out. We are at 545 likes. Ooh, I don't know about that. Let's get to 800 if we can. That would be fantastic. And Mitch, let's see if we can add that Simba thing, that NFT you made to the swag store. Speaking of swag store, swag.benzinga.com. You want pre-market prep swag, SPAX attack swag, Benzinga swag. It's all there on our swag store. Okay. Thanks for the likes. I'm trying to catch up on chat. No, it's not a hotel room background. I'm trying to think. I have other announcements, but nothing that's like firm that I want to like announce right now. Oh, the Benzinga FinTech Awards. BenzingaFinTechAwards.com. It's our premier event. The signups are now open. Applications are open. If you want to apply, if you work for a fintech company, you work in finance, technology, financial services, go to BenzingaFinTechAwards.com to apply to that. Mitch, did I forget anything? Or are we good to hop and be back for David Green at 9:25? I think I got everything. He says I did. All right, everyone, have a good rest of your morning. Good luck at the Open. I will see you on the stream with David Green at 9:25. Are my likes not refreshing? I can't sign off yet until I know how many. We're at not even 600. Tough morning on the likes front. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for me. Good luck at the Open. We'll see you later.